Hey guys, this is Tom at Keyboard Skills Pro. A wonderfully sunny day here in the United Kingdom, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about how to play stride piano style. Now, if you haven't seen my video on what we call false or faux stride, that's worth a look if you've never done this kind of jazzy style of stride piano before, because faux stride allows you to play like this, keeping the chords and the bass quite close together. So that video is worth watching first of all. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to expand and actually get into playing stride piano playing. Now, stride piano playing sort of came about in the mid-1900s, so like the 1915, 16 or so, and it kind of grew out of the ragtime music from earlier on, and it certainly reached its peak by the 1920s when artists like Fats Waller, Octave, and many others were playing and really making the piano sound absolutely phenomenal in what they do. So why is it called stride piano? Well, I think it's because you are taking big strides across the keyboard. That's the way I like to think of it. And so what we're going to do today in this video, we're going to show you how to actually play this kind of style and apply it to your favourite songs. So first of all, let's kick off by seeing what is it the left hand is doing, because stride piano is all about the left hand. Here's middle C, and so we focus the camera on the left hand part where we're going to be playing. So the chords generally sound their best if you play them in the centre octave, so this just below middle C, just above middle C area. That sounds quite nice there. So you've then got all this space down the bottom here to play your bass notes. So how do we do it? Well, a lot of stride music tends to be in 2 or 4. So we're going to play the downbeat as the bass and then come all the way up to play the C chord. And you can see it's quite a big distance. So to start with, let's break apart the chord and we're going to use the closer C. Now I'm going to play my C chord up here in second inversion. That's the chord I know the best. So I'm going to play the C right here. Jump up, and the second beat, play the C chord. We're then going to go down to the G, which is the alternate bass of C, and we're going to go back and play the same C chord again. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the start of a stride piano pattern. Let's take it a little faster. Now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hang on a minute, Tom, that sounds kind of like a rag. Well, of course, that's basically what it is. It's a ragtime form of accompaniment. But what, of course, we then do is we make it a bit more interesting. Let's go down to the C below, and then go up to the chord, and then G. That sounds a bit more interesting. A bit faster. And you have to really keep your eyes on your left hand. Now, what we're then going to do is we're going to play a little tune on the right hand to go with it, but we're going to swing it. Now I did another chord there. I did D minor, 7, and then I played my G chord. Now the trick, of course, with the accompaniment is you have to remember how many chords you're actually going to play. So if you, for example, have, let's say, I don't know, let's take an old tune like Pennies from Heaven. Okay, so in Pennies from Heaven, we start with a C chord, and it goes one whole bar of C chord. So I'm going C, C chord, alternate bass, G, C chord again. So these two guys, your 1 and 5s, work really well with alternating bass. Okay, so remember that C and G. Now the next bar has 2 chords in it. We've got an E minor and then an E diminished going down to a D minor for 1 bar, and then G for 1 bar. So you see, when you do 2 chords in a bar, you only get half the bar each. So you're going to go 1, 2, and then that's finished. So the next chord then comes in, its bass note, so we don't get a chance there to do alternate bass. So watch that again. Pennies from Heaven. D minor for 1 bar, G7 for 1 bar. So the trick is to keep your eyes on the left hand. You kind of need to have the melody well down in how you're actually going to play, because a lot of your time you're going to be searching for the next chord. But of course, if you know the chord, the searching doesn't happen. Watch it, look at my hand, like I'm playing it, going through the air, forming the chord in the air, and then back to G, normally using my little finger on the bass note. Okay. Now that makes life very interesting, because you can then, on some songs, you can use the pedal, like we did with Pennies from Heaven. I used my pedal look, pedal, chord, pedal, chord, pedal, chord, pedal on the bass note, and the bass note then holds down, look, because without it, it's quite short. So if I was going to play Jingle Bells, wouldn't use the pedal. F chord, C chord, D chord, G. So you see the C chord, look. So there I was using, going up and down the bass makes the bass a bit more interesting. We'll talk about bass lines in another video. But always the chord answering the downbeat. So that makes a great sound, and that's how you get into playing stride piano. It does take a little time to get used to knowing exactly where you're going. Sometimes though, sometimes you can really get good at it, and if you just, I mean, I've spent many hours of my life just practicing that, especially as a kid growing up, because then it allows you to play get quite fast at once you know where your chords are, and you can work bass lines in, but that takes a little time to get used to. But start slowly, pick some nice simple tunes, just pick some with, you know, a few chords in, and that is really nice. Now what I've also done for this lesson, I've produced a PDF, a bonus PDF, which you can get hold of by supporting the video. Simply sign up at patron.com, search for Keyboard Skills Pro, and you can sign up on there to support the video production of the channel, and there is a bonus PDF that you can get your hands on. So do have a look on that. Do hit the subscribe button, folks. Thanks ever so much for watching my videos, and I'll wish you a wonderful day and have a fantastic time playing stride piano.